The Raiders are kicking it in. Antonio Pierce is picking the coaching staff. You're listening to the Money Mike syndicated radio podcast, and we're going to talk about it a little bit. You know, you got all kinds of people that are coming over. Last week, Pierce hired secondary coach Gerald Alexander, and they've got a lot of guys that he's picking for his staff. And folks, this is the first opportunity in a long time that an African-American coach has had an opportunity to get the job, go out and get his guys, not have to come in and work for somebody else, okay? And the Raiders are getting their guys, okay? Now, here's one guy name came up, and I'm like, please, for the Lord of me, have mercy. We got Chip Kelly? Come on now. Come on, Mark. Chip Kelly? Come on, man. We can do better than that, man. You got Byron Leftwich out there. Somehow, man, you know what? That Tom Brady thing, man, that's what kills me, man. We go out and get these guys. Let me tell you what Chip Kelly coached the San Francisco 49ers for 1 year, and we had to run him out the building, okay? Now, you talking about bringing Chip Kelly? Man, you got a whole lot of guys that have been in the league a long time, okay? So, Antonio Pierce, I'm cool with everybody else, but not Chip Kelly, okay? That's a mistake. He's up there already. This guy don't care nothing about the players. Man, this guy's over at UCLA, man. Come on, man. He's not built for the NFL, okay? Chip Kelly, good football coach, but a used car salesman when it comes to coaching in the NFL. And, you know, and the Raiders, man, they're a different kind of group. And there ain't nothing about Chip Kelly that fits the Raiders, okay? There's a lot of coaches out there. Guys, let's go get it in. Antonio, you get your guys. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you know, you're talking about Ricky Manning Jr., you know, this guy's coming out of the Fresno tree. I mean, you getting your guys, man. And that's the difference right now. And this is where I'm going with this. Because you know what? Here's what happens when the African Americans get hired. We never know the years they're going to be there. We never know the amount of money they make. It's all a mystery. If someone can please tell me the mystery going on with the Patriots, okay, and Mayo, and why they brought him in, and how he's going to pick a staff, or who's going to pick the staff for him, you know, because at the end of the day, if you're going to go out with your own guys, the guys that understand what you want to get done, okay? You got Mayo up there in New England. He got no idea what they wanted to get done. He had no idea what he wants to get done. And folks, let me tell you, when you hire a coach, this is what happens. You got a forklift of about 100 guys. You need about 100 people, men and women, to come in and run the organization. And now you got this guy here up in the Patriots. They're picking the organization. So this is what they're going to do. They're going to pick his organization. When it doesn't work out, they're going to blame him for the picks they made. Okay, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. That's why it's so important when you get hired as an African-American coach in the NFL, man, you got to assemble your staff. These are the guys that are going to roll with you. Not a bunch of guys that they pick for you, because those guys are going to turn on you. The Raiders are going to win, and I'm going to tell you another thing, too. There's a new sheriff in town, and his name is Jim Harbaugh, okay? And when you get a new sheriff in town and you coming in there like Jim Harbaugh, let me tell you something, man. I'm going to tell you guys something right now, whether you want to believe it from Money Mike or not, because we talking about the Raiders, okay? And I'm telling Antonio Pierce, every time you go up and see Sean Payton, you beat the brakes off him, because that's 2 wins the Broncos ain't going to get in the AFC West. And I'm going to tell you another thing, Kansas City Chiefs, every time you go see him, Andy Reid, or whoever takes that job, you beat the brakes off of Sean Payton. Because you know why? Because Sean Payton is the most disrespectful man in the NFL. He disrespected Russell Wilson. Now y'all want to come with a narrative, send him to the South, send him to the Raiders. That's where he needs to go. Now, with the Raiders coming in, let me tell you something. There's a new sheriff coming in town, okay? There's a new sheriff coming into the AFC West, okay? The Raiders are in the AFC West. The Chiefs are in the AFC West, and the Broncos are in the AFC West. There's a new sheriff coming into the AFC West. His name is Jim Harbaugh, okay? And he's got an arrest warrant out right now for Sean Payton, okay? He's got an APB out, all points bulletin for Sean Payton. Because I'm going to tell you Bronco fans something right now. That dirty business y'all did with Russell Wilson and costing them players playoff money. Y'all ain't going to win another game. I guarantee you this, folks. The Broncos will not win an AFC game for the next 3 years. They will go 0-6, 224, 0-6, 225, 0-6, 227. You're hearing it from Money Mikes, and I'll take that parlay bet because the Raiders, let me tell you something else, Sean Payton. With Jim Harbaugh coming in, let me tell you something right now, but don't get funky with the handshake, okay, in the middle of the field. Don't get funky with the handshake, okay, because Jim ain't having it, okay. You're about to get arrested by Harbaugh, and guess what? Harbaugh is bringing in Colin Kaepernick. That's in the contract. So, man, I'm talking about the Raiders. I'm talking about the AFC West. It's a hotbed. You talking about the Chiefs. You talking about Jim Harbaugh in San Diego. And you talking about Antonio Pierce down there in Las Vegas. He getting his staff together. Folks, let me tell you about Jim Harbaugh in the AFC West. Man, Jim Harbaugh, before he took the job, and I knew he was going to San Diego. And let me tell you why I knew he was going to San Diego. Because Jim Harbaugh's got a wife. And Jim Harbaugh can't do anything without the approval of the wife. And I knew Jim Harbaugh had coached the University of San Diego, so the AFC West, man, was picked for him. And I knew he could convince the family that San Diego would be it, so that was easy for me. But here's the deal with Jim Harbaugh, man. Jim Harbaugh had put in 3-4 offense. He's got an offense for Colin Kaepernick. He's got an offense sitting over here for coming in for Herbert, the quarterback. And guess what, man? He's got an offense for his brother. Because this guy is, man, this Jim Harbaugh in the AFC West. It's so much combustion. Because here's what's going to go down in the AFC West. Jim Harbaugh is going to come in there, and he's going to stop his brother from getting the Super Bowl. That's the deal that's going on. I mean, they've been so back and forth over Christmas dinners, and Ravens beat the 49ers, and Jim getting upset, Mom saying calm down. I'm telling you, he's going to kill that argument. But if Sean Payton, there's an arrest warrant out for you, okay? The sheriff's name is Jim Harbaugh. Okay, and he's going to arrest you at the 50-yard line, but he's going to put a butt whooping on you. And then Antonio Pierce of the Las Vegas Raiders is going to put a butt whooping on you. And then Andy Reid, if he's still there, whoever comes behind him is going to put a butt whooping on you. So I truly am telling you right now, the Denver Broncos for the next 3 years will not win a game in the AFC West. I don't care what anybody says. You're listening to the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. The AFC West is about to be hotter than a firecracker. You got Jim Harbaugh. You got Antonio Pierce picking the staff. You got Andy Reid in the Super Bowl right now. And you got Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos sitting at home. And that's where they're going to be for the next 3 years. We don't play with this, folks. We just put it down the way it is. And we understand all things are possible to those who believe. So you keep doing what you're doing. We going to keep doing what we doing. And we're going to enjoy this Super Bowl. We're going to have a party. We're going to kick it in. It's going to be open for everybody to come on in, enjoy themselves, those who know who you are. And we're going to have a good time. So let's do what we do. And like I said, each and every day be the best you're going to be because we're going to get better and better. And we're going to go higher and higher. Once again, you're listening to the Money Mike Syndicated Radio Podcast. We'll see you soon.